Heavenly Father, thank you once again for allowing us to do this podcast. Pray that this podcast is a blessing to whoever's watching, wherever they may be watching. In Jesus' name I do pray. Amen.
Amen.
Welcome to Shot from the Heart. And as promised, you can catch this podcast on TikTok. And it's been a while, Mom. You've been behind the camera. Thank you for joining us. Justice, you're behind the camera on YouTube. This will be up on at 6 o'clock p.m. tonight on YouTube. For those of you watching live, welcome on TikTok. And as promised, this is Shot from the Heart, episode 135. 135 episodes in, almost to 200. So, thank you for the support over the years as we've been doing this. Without further ado, I'm going to stop talking because we got a guest here. I do all the talking on the other episodes, but we got a guest. It's my dad.
Hey everybody. I guess he said I'm going to talk everybody together.
I'm going to stop talking. Now, we did something on the show, and you, Justice, and Mom can join in on the conversation. We did something on the show where we predicted the schedules, but what we neglected to do the last show, because everybody is a Deion Sanders fan, we neglected to go over the Colorado Buffaloes football schedule.
Ooh.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to revisit our records, see if our records are the same from Alabama and Wake Forest, and we can all come into agreement on the Eagles' records.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to start off with Colorado. I have the schedule pulled up. The first game is a rematch from, ironically, the first game from last season. Georgia Tech, Colorado. Only this game is played in Georgia.
Ooh.
Athens, Georgia. Georgia Tech. We're taking it game by game.
Well, do they have a quarterback? He's been looking for a quarterback since Shador ain't been there.
Yeah, he has been looking for a quarterback, and I don't know anything about this quarterback. It remains to be seen. Training camp can only tell me but so much.
Yeah.
I've seen bright spots, and then I've seen another season where it's just going to be up and down. I'm taking Colorado. Georgia Tech has had a fluke year. Everybody in the ACC that made a bowl, with the exception of the Miami Hurricanes, they've had exceptional seasons. Georgia Tech is one of those teams in the ACC that had a fluke year. I truly believe they had a fluke year because there's no way in the world. There's no way.
It's a 2026 schedule, right?
Yes, sir. Okay. It's just no way in the world. Justice, explain to me how we take them to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
We take them to overtime. They had us up, and then we come back and get them. Almost. We lost by one, but almost. I don't know what y'all think, but I think Colorado can beat Georgia Tech.
If they do, that would be great. I mean, that'd be a good
I
way
see
to start
Dad
off
looking at the
season.
schedule like, oh, I don't know. Lord. Talk to me, Dad, now. Your interest.
I'll tell you, man, I had a lot of trust in Colorado last year because, I like Deion Sanders, but they lost a lot of talent, though.
They did.
My only knock against Colorado is this, though. Deion likes his players. He likes them fast,
Yeah.
quick guys.
Young.
They're not overly big, but they're average big.
Yeah.
But these teams they're playing, man, these guys are in the trenches. They're powerhouses. Speed is good, but speed is only good as when you going up against like Nebraska. They went up against Nebraska. Nebraska was slinging them guys, and I'm like, man, ain't no way.
Jesus Christ.
And speed didn't matter then. So that's the only knock on Colorado, and that's both sides of the ball. That's just not defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's their defensive line and their offensive line.
Right.
They quick, they're
Right.
talented, they athletic, but they too small in the trenches.
Yeah.
And so when they go up against these powerhouse teams, like even Georgia Tech's line is probably going to be bigger than
Way
Colorado's.
bigger. Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Because
and that's the only issue. Like Texas Tech, I'm looking at Texas Tech. Now Baylor, they probably go out, tit for tat with them. Of course, Weber State and stuff like that. But again, we on Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech they're known for their big stout defensive line, their offensive line.
Right.
And so depending on what Colorado did this year by who they got, the recruits and stuff, who they got, it's gonna be if he's not willing to really put them big beefy guys up there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's
When they lost Hunter, Shador, and our guy Jimmy.
well.
They
See, the
just
thing is,
look-
they got
I don't know.
talent, but they're not overly talented.
True.
And see, that puts a lot of stress on their back end.
Yeah.
From the nickel, the nickel backs and cornerbacks and safeties. When your line is not really getting that pressure, when they're not getting that push,
Yeah.
that makes it hard. And just because of that, I would have to go with Georgia Tech, because I've seen Colorado lose games because they couldn't get that push up front, especially on defense. They needed that push. And you watch Shador; he was doing a lot of scrambling, although that's part of his game. He left the box too soon, but those guys were also smaller too, and those big guys were getting in on him, and so he had to do a lot of scrambling. So I think I have to go with Georgia Tech on that. Now they might pull it off, but for right now, from what I've seen from last year, I'd have to go with Georgia Tech.
So we got a 1-0 and an 0-1 over here. In your mind, do they bounce back against Weber State?
Yeah, they're
Oh
bouncing
yeah,
back
they'll
against
win.
Florida State.
They'll win that.
They talented, but they're talented within their own right. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, man, you can overthink football. Beef with beef. That's football. They got beef. I'm putting beef, but I'm getting talented beef.
But watch out for the smaller schools, though.
Yeah, you don't never want to underestimate anybody, because anybody can, nowadays can be beaten.
Seen it
But I think
before.
I think Colorado will get Weber State. I think they got too much talent. So
1-1, and then we got a 2-0 over here. That's me. Oh, Northwestern.
That's a loss.
yeah,
That's a loss right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
That's a
So that's 2 and 1 for me. 1 and 2.
that's actual conference game, man. Are they in the conference?
They are in the conference.
Okay, yeah, they're gonna lose that one.
That's a conference game. Baylor. That is a conference game, right?
Oof.
I think they're gonna pull it off against.
You think so,
I
Dan?
think so.
Baylor?
I think so.
Baylor's never been really known for football. They've been known more so for basketball.
They're pretty good at basketball, but Baylor has the same issue that Colorado has.
They don't get a lot of
They got a lot of speed and quickness, and they're not oversized, like chunky, like beefy. So they have a lot of talent though. So that's gonna come down to
Last
whoever
minute.
has the best talent, and I think it's gonna be Colorado.
3 and 1,
So
and he is 3 and 1. He's 2 and 2, right?
hold on.
Because
I picked that they're gonna lose against Georgia Tech. They're gonna beat Weber State. They're gonna lose against Northwestern. They're gonna bounce back against Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Okay,
2 and
yeah,
2.
so that's right.
All right. Texas Tech.
That's a loss.
That's a loss for
Tell
me.
you that
Tech.
right
now.
Yeah, we can come into.
We don't even need to talk about that one.
If they beat Texas Tech, I have to give it to them.
The next game is a loss for me as well. Utah.
Yeah, Utah. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a loss.
Yeah. So we don't even got to go no further than that.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State. They had a rough year, but that was coaching for them. I'm going to give that a win because Colorado's a lot stronger. And I'm only going off of last year.
Yeah, I'll give them a win. Oklahoma State was kind of wishy-washy, up and down, but I'll go ahead and go with the win for that one for Colorado.
Yeah, but I'm going to predict that they're going to lose to Kansas State.
Yeah, they can probably lose against that one.
And then we're gonna see back-to-back losses here. Kansas State
Yeah.
will lose. Arizona State.
Yeah, that's gonna be back.
That's a loss. Houston.
I think they can get Houston.
Yeah, they can get it.
I think they can pull out Houston and the next one as well.
And Cincinnati, yeah. But then it would come down to this last game for bowl eligibility. UCF.
I think UCF might pull it off on them.
This is tough because UCF is a scrappy team there.
Yeah, they scrappy. They scrappy. They kind of got the same. They come out the same mold as Colorado, where they quick, fast. Man.
This is tough for
Well,
me.
because I like Dion, I'm going with the win.
Yeah, I'll get the dub too.
I'm going with the win.
So, Justice, you kept track with everything, right? The final records, because I have bowl eligibility with this last win. Both of our records are not that good enough of a bowl eligibility, but they're good enough to kind of squeak by to the committee.
And bowl eligibility is how many games won?
You would need 6.
Okay.
6 games.
So, Dad, your record is 6-5. You're winning right now. And Zay, you have 7-4.
Okay, so yeah,
Both are good enough records to get a bowl.
Now some of them games, Colorado might surprise you because we don't know what Dion got this year. So.
Yeah, now, and I will say they haven't. ESPN has not been doing much of NFL or college right now. All they've been talking about is, of course,
Yeah, they've been talking about
soccer
the
and
FIFA. That's more basketball, of
NBA.
course.
and basketball.
Yeah, so.
Not to diminish soccer. I used to
Yeah,
play,
yeah.
So let's
Oh
not
yeah, I'm
diminish.
excited that we're even having
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So they kind of like entertaining right now, like entertainment around football, kind of touching on them.
Speaking of entertaining, entertaining season last year with your boys, right?
Don't do this, Zay. Don't do this.
They were terrible.
Why you hand on the show?
Entertaining. You said entertainment.
He trying to be
You
funny.
said entertainment. I'm just entertaining.
Yeah.
They're rolling somewhere.
They were rolling.
See, right behind the camera trying to be funny.
They were
They
rolling.
were rolling.
Look, he
I
barely
thought we
wanted
had
to
a
watch
chance.
them.
You know, Indiana was just
Y'all,
too strong.
They made me mad, guys. They made me mad. I just didn't even want to watch them, but.
Maybe we can watch them this year. They might do something. Let's see if you can.
Let's pick, man. Let's pick. You're trying to throw shade.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and pick.
I'll give you the win against East Carolina. I'll give you that. East Carolina's not that strong
What was
enough
our
to
what
go
was
up
our
against
what was our final what was our final record last year?
Ooh,
I can't remember
off the
either.
top of my head. I do know that you guys got lost in the first round. To Indiana,
Yeah, we lost in the first round. So, yeah, I think we're gonna get East Carolina.
Okay, Kentucky, you come right out the gate from a non-conference to a conference game. Kentucky,
I think we get Kentucky.
just off of your name alone, or do you think it's just talent? Because I think you
think-
guys got
well,
in the playoffs
let's put it-
because of your name.
Yeah, I think now they kind of shafted Notre Dame. Was it Notre Dame?
They shafted Notre Dame,
Notre Dame.
and they shafted Miami because
yeah, and Miami.
they should have been in the ACC title.
Yeah. So yeah, Alabama shouldn't have been in it last year for the record. Okay, I like to see Alabama play. Alabama is one of my. Alabama is one of my SEC favorites. I like the SEC conference, but Alabama is the one I like in the conference the most. They shouldn't have been in it last year. I think they, like you said, they got in off the name. I don't think they got in off of what they should have. They shouldn't even been in it. But I think they're gonna pull it off against Kentucky.
2-0 for
I
both
think
of us.
so.
2-0. Ooh, now this is the rematch of the upset that happened last year. Now let me break this down for you because Alabama came out the gates guns blazing in that game. Guns blazing. What I think we was 28-14 at
Spanking.
one point,
Yeah, at one point.
and then halftime came.
Well, I think they got complacent because you have a coach. I think the head coach sometimes get complacent with them. He don't keep them focused. And I think when they was up that far, I think they went into the locker room like we got this, and they got complacent. And Florida State came back and spanked them.
The Wimbyama, I'm in your head.
Yeah,
I'm in your head.
And the coach didn't settle him down. Because he's not a rah kind of guy. He's kind of, you know what I'm saying. He's kind of just
A
letting.
buddy coach.
I don't know, man. I tell you what, man. He's gonna have to do a little bit better this year. I believe he's gonna be on the hot seat
I don't think they'll let him,
Yeah.
especially the way they played.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he don't get together.
Because you went from greatness in Nick Saban, while I don't agree with certain aspects of him, you went from greatness to
nothing.
mediocrity.
Well, that was I believe they said that was Nick Saban's protege pick.
Well, he
He
sure
picked
wasn't learning.
He sure didn't learn
So I don't,
anything.
like I said, of course, yeah. Nick Saban kind of had the program at the top notch. But it's hard to follow up after a coach like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't agree with him, on certain things, but he was a good coach though. And you need a coach that can kind of that out of that mold. I think the coach we have now is a little bit more complacent, a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? He looks a little bit more timid of the guys. He could have that sternness behind closed doors. I don't know. But on the sideline, he looked more scared than the players. Sometimes. It's kinda like, Coach, man, you got at least have that in your demeanor, that confidence. It's like, man, what you looking scared for? Like, I don't know.
Justice, we're getting revenge in Alabama. We're getting the revenge. We're 3-0 at this point.
Okay, Dad, do you call
Yes,
it
I
the
said
win?
we.
You talking about Florida State or who you talking about?
The Florida State one.
The Florida State one. I think we learned from our lesson. We're gonna get it. We're gonna put it to them.
So both of y'all are 3-0, right?
Yeah, we're gonna put it to them.
And we're going to ride that momentum
Yeah, we're gonna ride
and
into South
take
Carolina.
it to South Carolina.
Yeah, we're right.
Oh.
Because the
We're right.
women's basketball team is holding that program up.
Yeah, it really is.
That's-
Yeah, we'll ride on to South Carolina.
Mississippi State, a team that did make a bowl, they should not have. It should have been Wake Forest and Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, whichever way you want to call it. But they did show a little bit of fight in that game. I'll give them credit. Mississippi State, you said you were there. You shouldn't have been there, but you at least showed something towards the end.
Yeah.
Too little, too late, but you showed something.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna have the same roster, the same roster effectiveness as they did last year. A lot of them guys are gone, so I think Alabama's gonna be a little bit tougher. So I'll pick Alabama on that.
We are still undefeated. We are at 5-0 right now, but
The next one is a loss.
the undefeated streak comes to an
We're playing them
end.
dogs.
Oh,
Because we're going to let those dogs eat.
Yeah,
Georgia's
they
going
don't.
to eat.
Now Georgia just know how to play us for some
Yeah.
reason. They just play us pretty well. They just have a little bit more talent.
where's that game? Georgia.
In Alabama.
It's gonna be in
It's going to be in Alabama.
So I think that's gonna be a little catapult for us. But I'm gonna go ahead and give that to Georgia.
Now, I
in
do
hopes
see
that
it.
we can pull it off though.
Yeah.
I do see it though, because I saw Mom. She's because the reason why she's doing that for the viewing audience is because when the conferences were divided, you had Alabama in the SEC, and then it was like the SEC North or something like
Yeah,
that.
they had them split.
And then they had 'em split.
region by region or
So
something.
they would have to play certain teams twice. And the reason why Mom was saying that is because the last couple of seasons, Alabama did split, kind of like the Eagles and the Cowboys do. When they
Yeah.
went to Alabama, Georgia lost. They go to Georgia, Alabama loses. But with these one games, Georgia has had their number with this new coach now.
Yeah.
So, and that's the way that division games are. Everybody knows how to play everybody.
Right.
But we're gonna bounce back against them Volunteers.
Yeah. I think we'll pull it off.
I think we'll bounce back. Now I can see. I'm gonna be honest. I can see a loss, but that's only if they take that same energy that they had from the game before.
Yeah, if they don't get
Carry it
complacent,
over.
if they don't get complacent, now if they go into Georgia, and depending on how well they play, because it could be a close game. Okay, I see it as a close game. I think Georgia gonna just kind of barely beat them, but even if they get beat during the Georgia game, because we picked them to lose, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So even if they get beat and they got that still got that energy in them from that loss, I think they're gonna bring it. Yeah, I think they're gonna bring it to Tennessee, and they're gonna play a better game, because I think that game is gonna kind of be a motivation game for them, where they kind of find themselves in a sense, and it's gonna, it's going to kind of be a little tougher on some of the other teams that are coming up.
6-1 at this point in
Bowl
the season.
eligibility.
Bowl eligibility was well within sight, but
Yeah.
we're looking for more. Texas A&M, you'll be 7-1.
Yeah, I have to go with that. From what I seen from last year for Texas A&M.
But the hotness stops as you visit Baton Rouge.
Yeah, I think LSU probably going to.
LSU might get you there.
Cause we playing in the what they call they place.
You're playing in the Bayou down there in
Yeah.
Baton Rouge now. Them Tigers is coming out. Vanderbilt. Now here's the thing. Vanderbilt is another Georgia Tech, and I'm going to say this. That is a fluky team right there.
Yeah, they can.
They had a flukish year.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody says.
They always been like that throughout their like history. They just kind of, you don't know what they're gonna bring any given season. They just kind of like 1 minute they this, the next minute they that. And this kind of like they don't have no kind of where you can kind of analyze it, like what kind
Like
of know.
predict.
Yeah, predict it. They don't have no kind of prediction, kind of where you can't really.
They
because
always
so,
switching up.
Yeah, they so up like this. One year they might just be like boom, they might and tear everybody down. The next year they might be mediocre. Next year they might be scraping the ground floor. So you never know what you're gonna get from them. But I think we're gonna get Vanderbilt. We're gonna beat them. But I do
That's
think
8-2.
I do think that Vanderbilt gonna give us a little fight. I think it's gonna start out with just a little fight, and
But not too much.
Now, we don't, like we said earlier, we don't want to underestimate a small school, but however, Chattanooga versus Alabama, that's
gotta
not
do
a
that,
good
Alabama.
look for you.
That's if our coach don't mess it up.
Yeah.
That's not a good look.
Coaches are known to mess little games like this up.
Just 'cause it's
9-2.
small school.
That's a trap game, though. It's a trap game. And then we finish out the season with a team that just obliterated y'all the last game.
I think they're gonna do it this year too.
Oh, God.
But they always split. They kind of, close.
You went from Baton Rouge, those Tigers, to the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get us again this year.
Tigers, Lions, and Bears.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
But I mean, it is what it is.
That's bowl eligibility right there. I
Yeah.
got a 9-3.
How many
record.
losses is that?
3.
3.
We both have 9-3 record. Before we continue,
I can possibly see us with a 4th loss, but that's gonna be kind of.
Depends on what the coach
Yeah.
does and all the players.
Yeah.
before we continue into the last little bit of this football, I would be remiss if I didn't get the comments from the viewing audience, their questions and stuff before we get into the meat of the football conversation.
Well, the only question was somebody actually asked, and that's why I was laughing, was someone asked, was your dad a preacher?
Yes, he is. He still is. There's no was. That's
That's what
past
I know.
tense.
I just
He
thought it was
still
funny.
is.
He still
There's
is.
no was.
Too bad.
He still is. All right. We got to Colorado, which is everybody's team. Got to
Alabama.
your team. Now it's time to get to my team, and I put the emphasis on my team because
Yeah.
somebody behind that camera there just doubted my team,
Witness again.
and we were in the playoffs. We were
Witness
down
again.
That's,
10-5.
that's what he do. That's what he do. He throw shade at you, man. You on
Yeah.
camera? He on camera too?
Come on.
He on camera too? Oh man.
10-5.
That
And
means
you
nothing
doubted
in
us
baseball.
in the 8th inning. You doubted.
But this is football though. This football.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, he
Justice
rode with me in football.
is not he is not a fan. He is whoever
No, she's
is
going-
winning.
You a fan, man. Don't
No,
worry.
he
Don't
is
worry about
not.
the criticism.
It's
Don't
because
worry
of the
about the
Patriots
criticism.
game.
Yeah. Don't worry
Like
about the
how
criticism.
like no, I just no. Justice doesn't know how to be loyal.
So what's the first game?
But thank you.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to be loyal.
Okay.
Akron opening night. That's a Thursday night. I will be broadcasting. I won't be broadcasting that game, but I'll be broadcasting the sports show that night. But Akron, that's a small school. I don't underestimate that small school mentality.
Yeah.
I think that's a win, though.
However, the quarterback that we got from North Carolina, and the offensive coordinator used to coach up that quarterback, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know? At least they got
how's
continuity.
the new quarterback compared to the one y'all had last year?
Oh God.
Or what they saying about it?
About the same, actually.
About the same.
If not better, this guy Hernandez is better.
The new guy?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
A little bit better than Robbie Ashford.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I can see y'all pulling off against Akron.
1-0.
I can see another bowl season, but that all depends on how this quarterback does. And we had a pretty good defense. We were top 5 defense in the ACC.
See, y'all still have the same talent on the defense though.
We actually got a 6-star recruit.
Okay, so
From high school.
how many did y'all lose this year?
We didn't lose
So y'all still
nothing
got your
but
full
2
squad?
players.
Nobody transferred out.
Nobody
none
on
of that?
defense
Nobody, okay.
transferred out. That
Alright.
nobody worth
So y'all still got the
Freaking out
same talent wise in a sense.
the same continuity.
Gotcha.
With the
Oh, it
exception of
said
2
somebody
players.
said that Wake Forest defense was rated in the top 10.
Oh, okay.
So-
All right.
I have a question.
That's rare.
That's
It's-
very rare.
That's rare.
Is Claiborne gone to the league?
Claiborne,
He left,
Von
right?
Claiborne,
He left, right?
Von Claiborne. That's our receiver, right?
Running back. I
No, yeah, Devon Claiborne is the running back. Yeah, he went,
went
to
to the
Vikings.
Vikings,
He
right?
went to the Vikings.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we got a
that's
new
right.
running
That's
back
right.
now.
Yeah, I saw him. Come on.
Yeah, we got a
Okay.
new running back now. I thought you
I
were talking
got
about the other receiver that we got, Hernandez. I thought you were talking about him. But Akron, that's 1-0 for everybody around. The next game, I never seen Purdue play football. I never seen it.
Purdue is okay. I think Purdue probably going to get y'all on that one. But I think it's going to be close though.
With the exception of me, I say 2-0 because I haven't seen them play football.
Yeah, they pretty.
So I don't know what to expect. As far as this is concerned.
Oh, so they knew they y'all never played them in y'all history or anything?
Never.
Oh wow. So those are the ones you got to worry about though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones you don't know how to play because y'all got a scouting report on.
And we're playing in Purdue. So
Yeah. So that's the ones you have to worry about. Those ones you played before, you kind of got scout reports on the programs, the coaches tendencies and stuff like that. But y'all never played Purdue, so
this is a team that we have played before 2
Yeah.
years ago, and we had them up in the first half, even in the third quarter, 35-14, and then towards the end of the quarter, them Hurricanes just came rolling in, and that final score was 54-35.
yeah. If them Hurricanes got the same talent they had last year,
I was scared.
that's gonna be a loss.
Yeah, I'm already marking it a loss.
Yeah. So right now I got y'all like 1 and 2 right now. For me.
I got 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1. Okay.
Louisville, we always had 1 year. 1 year with Louisville, we won. 1 year with Louisville, we lost. 1 year with Louisville, we won. 1 year with Louisville, we lost. So it's up and down with Louisville, and then we're playing in Louisville. So I'm gonna say 2-2 for me. I'm gonna say that's another loss. We take a losing streak here.
Yeah,
A little bit of a losing streak. Only because Louisville knows how to play us. They are like they're like the ACC version of LSU and Georgia. They know how to play Wake Forest. They know how to play Carolina. They know how to play these teams.
Yeah.
But we'll bounce back at a game that I'm eyeing at actually going to, Stanford. Bounce back against Stanford.
Hold on, I don't think I'll pick that. I think I gotta pick that Louisville game. I think I'll go with y'all. I think you go with y'all on that one. So right now I got y'all 2 and 2 myself.
So both
Yeah,
of y'all
right
are
now.
2 and 2.
Yeah, I got them at 2 and 2 right now, up until Louisville.
So
2-2.
So we're going to Stanford.
Yeah, we're going to
I
Stanford.
think I'll give y'all a win for that.
3-2 right there.
Yeah,
That's
man.
5 games. NC State. We had a beautiful kickoff return.
Did we get Arnold? Okay.
We got a beautiful kickoff return in NC State game, but this game is not in Wake Forest.
It's at NC State.
This game is in Raleigh, up I-95, about an hour and 30 minutes away. Nana, I'm getting my revenge because you shouldn't have beat us last year. You shouldn't have. We had the better team. We had the better defense. We had everything going for us except for when Robbie Ashford turned the ball over 5 times. I can't do it. You cannot win a game when you turn the ball over 5 times.
Yeah.
If you don't turn it over about 5 times, we'll be all right. But if you turn it over more than 5 times,
I'm gonna give y'all a loss on that one.
So,
Ooh.
I'm gonna give you a loss on that state game.
500, 3-3,
Yeah.
3-3.
Oh, okay. California. This is a team a couple years ago.
Y'all get Cal. Y'all get them.
And we should have got them that last time when they came
Yeah.
to town. But we're going to California. So.
Yeah, y'all get them.
And then Virginia. We upset Virginia when they were ranked. They were ranked number 12, and we dropped them down to the lower tier of the top 25. Should have been ranked, though. Should have. That's my only argument. I don't know how these rankings work, but if you're an unranked team and you beat a ranked team,
Especially
you
that high.
deserve to be ranked in the top 25. That's how it should work. You agree with me, right?
I agree, man. But you know they got these little funky little committees and.
It's because
y'all
they
know
have certain
they
teams
twist
that they
everything
like.
up for the money. It's all about money. But we ain't gonna get all into that. Wake Forest and Virginia. I didn't see Virginia play last year, so I don't know the talent pool that they have, and who they lost. But since we just got word that it's a top 10, y'all a top 10 defense, I'm gonna give that to y'all.
Mermack is a smaller school.
That's a win.
That's a win for me too.
Y'all gonna lose
SMU.
against SMU.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
See, look,
Yeah.
that's two top defenses in the
I think that-
ACC
yeah, I
going
think-
head to head.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get you. I think they.
So you think they're going to avenge their loss to us
Yeah.
from last year?
Yeah. What was the final score in that game last
The
year?
final score of that game.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't. No, it was like
Kinda
17-10. So that's how
yeah,
close
so
it was.
it was a tight game. So I think they can probably get y'all this year.
Georgia Tech, we're going to get you
I
this year.
think y'all might get Georgia Tech.
We're gonna get you this year. You should have never had he would have just that tight end would have just not slipped on that route. We would have beat you in
Yeah.
overtime. We would have beat you.
But Georgia Tech got y'all number too, so I think y'all might pull it out.
And,
But I'll go ahead and give you the win. That's where the question mark.
A team that nobody cares about, even though they flukishly won the ACC title.
You know
They don't care. I don't care nothing about this team.
Yeah,
Listen, let me tell you something.
I'm gonna pick y'all
Let me
just
tell you something.
because I don't like the person.
The
that
cockiness
likes
and arrogance of
Put it
these
that way.
football fans is just like cockiness and arrogance of Cowboys
She's
fans.
sitting behind the camera, by the way.
And I just I don't understand how y'all can just let Miami out of the championship and put this Dookie
And she
in the
13.
championship game. They didn't deserve to be there. They didn't deserve it. We deserved it more than they did. We're gonna beat them
But
this time.
Duke got a pretty tough football program. They done got a whole lot better than their football program. But I think y'all might pull it off.
We'll lose in basketball. They'll get their satisfaction in basketball, but football is our domain.
I think y'all
they
pull
don't-
it off.
And now, the main event, ladies and gentlemen. We got past the undercard of this. Now we get to the main event.
Well, let's ask the Duke fan about that Wake Forest game.
Oh, she said she's gonna win that.
Yeah.
You already know that.
We ain't lose nobody. We good.
Y'all gonna win? You said so. You're saying Duke gonna beat Wake Forest?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And she was throwing shade at me.
So
right?
you going on record?
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm loyal when it comes to mine, honey. I would never
Be
be an Eagles fan. Eagles fan.
He's
Look,
a-
let everybody, let the record show if you a real Eagles fan. What you don't do. Patriots and Dallas. You would never. Justice is not
Well,
a
here's the
loyal
thing.
fan.
He
He
is a-
goes with whatever is winning.
Nah, he don't
He's-
do that. He don't do that.
Yes, he do.
I went for
just
one
like
person.
Any other child does. Like any other child. I have to disagree with that. Like any other child does. They like certain people. I like certain people. I'm an Eagles fan, but I like certain people on different teams. I don't go for the team, but I like the person, some of the people on the team.
He
That don't
wanted
mean I want
him
the team.
to win.
That's
I
a
was
Super
going
Bowl.
for Drake May.
Yeah, he
one
like
person.
Drake May, and he was going for this. That's a Super Bowl. Everybody, a lot of people do pick the team they want to win.
Not
in
an
the
Eagle
Super Bowl.
fan.
But see, here's the thing though.
Not an Eagle fan.
We're neglecting to mention that there was a little small wager.
That
That's
part.
the reason why you went
That
for
part.
Drake May.
That part. That part, which means you are a fair weather fan. He is not a Eagles fan. He's not a Wake Forest fan. It's about who is winning at the moment.
Okay.
You ride when you a hardcore fan. You ride with the ship.
Yeah, and seeing and
You don't ride with the ship, so
And what- yeah,
get you the pot calling the kettle.
Oh, I ride with my
No,
team.
you
If
don't.
we lose, I'm still a fan.
Oh no! So
No.
let's stop right there. Let the record
No.
show that on this last
Let it
show,
show
did
justice.
she not say that in baseball she roots for who in
Wake
college
Forest.
baseball? But you said you loyal, right?
I am loyal.
I thought you was a Duke fan.
Oh yeah, basketball.
So how you
and
root for
football.
Wake Forest then?
Nah, we ain't no good
The
in
justice-
baseball.
That just proves our point. Let's go ahead and get into the
But now if we playing,
Next
I'm
game.
gonna watch.
Thank you.
See,
Look,
Honey, look, Justice will never, until he
Next.
ever,
Can we-
you cannot be an Eagles fan and sit. I don't
Okay.
care about Drake
can,
May. It could have been Russell Wilson, and I'm not going for the Patriots.
Lucy,
Period. It's
the
just
floor
what it
is
is.
Isaiah's. I'm
Yes.
gonna need you to stay behind the camera.
I'm just saying.
Next.
You stay behind the camera.
this is a family show. I'm all,
Look,
all for
even-
this.
Oh God.
Even somebody, their name is T, and they're even saying that's just a cardinal rule as an Eagle. Dallas and Patriots, it's a no.
I have to agree to an extent though, because the cardinal rules in sports, and this is something that I have to address before we get into this. The cardinal rule in sports is this: if you are a Philadelphia Eagles fan, you are a Philly fan all around. You are the Phillies, you are the Eagles, you are the Flyers, you are the 76ers. I have a problem with that. My favorite player is in LA. And
Right.
well, I don't know where he's going right now. I don't even know if he's coming or going. So right now, I don't really have a basketball team. My team just so happened to win the Stanley Cup. Your team just got swept out the first round. And the 76ers just got embarrassed and humiliated by the Knicks. So
Or you can just be like me. It's all about football. Everything else is, if it ain't football, that's how you do that.
and my Yankees beat your Phillies. So
You
you
know,
know,
That's how you take care of
that. That's how you handle that.
so, I mean,
They talking about soccer too. If there's like,
eyes are wide open for that.
Yeah, I don't think nobody really knows. Just because FIFA's here, everybody's just like, whatever.
Let's get down to business. We are going to break down preseason. Unfortunately, I know to you that preseason doesn't matter. But for this first game, I do have to break this down. So we are very clear about this. There is no more talk about A.J. Brown in this household.
Thank
There's
God.
no more talk about A.J. Brown
Please. We're
in
over.
the Philadelphia Eagles organization.
We are done.
You like AJ Brown though, didn't you? I still like him too.
Of course.
I mean, I like him.
He went
as
to
a player.
where? New
But
England.
here's the thing, though. I don't like what he did, but I did like what he brought to the table.
And all that alleged
I don't like
stuff.
what he's doing right now.
All this extra stuff is out of control.
That's just.
And for me as a parent, I don't like that because
But
now you're teaching my son who may look up to you some bad habits. I don't like
That's why you never put people on pedestals.
Right.
Because
Absolutely.
people gonna be people.
Yep.
But it's okay to like a certain individual and not like what they did. It's okay. You know, that's sports. It's the world. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's no different from WWE. How those wrestlers start out bad guys, and then all of a sudden you hated them all this time, and then they shift and they turn to become good, and then all of a sudden, hey man, I like such and such now because they're good. And so that's just sports. It's entertainment.
And it's the same way with bad guys. You can still like A.J. Brown. In the eyes of the
Yeah, you
Eagles
can-
fans, where you're a bad guy.
I don't think we can speak for all Eagles fans. I think most. Well, I'm gonna say for myself, AJ Brown brought what AJ Brown did for the season. For that season, he was there with us. he brought it now, with the exception of last season. I think he threw that game to try to prove a point.
Yeah.
I think he made mistakes because whatever he was trying to do. With the exception of that last year playoff game, I don't like the way he played.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't stand the way he played. But up until that point, I like I said, I don't think it was all just AJ. I think the organization, as far as who they hired, was a part of it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, because when you got talented receivers and you can't get them the ball, or you struggling to get them the ball, receivers are divas. Them the ones on most teams a quarterback gotta please.
Yeah.
They gotta, especially when they're top tier, they big time like AJ was, and for them not to get him the ball like they should have gotten him. You know, I disagree with that part of it because I didn't like the offense coordinator. I think he was too vanilla. I think he was too transparent. And so I don't think he went out the right way. I think he went out bitter.
Yeah.
I think he went out to try to prove his point. But then I think about, okay, what did he have to go through for those 2 years? While he was talking behind closed doors and nobody was listening. We still played the same way. We didn't change up anything.
No.
So we didn't do anything to kind of help with our season going better. Like now AJ is on another team, but AJ just don't know how to keep his mouth shut. You know how some people like
CJG, what he did.
Yeah, and then they burn their bridges. And then they get to the tail end of their career, and then they wonder why nobody wants them. Because it could be the Eagles that might want to come bring you back, but you didn't go out with style. Now you know one, and I'm gonna let you finish. But you know one person that went out in style that I liked. Went to the Vikings. The cornerback. What's his name?
Rodgers.
Isaiah Rodgers.
Went out in style. He that 1 year there.
Dotson too.
Yeah, they went out in style. They didn't criticize the program. They didn't turn their back on the program because they was no longer there. Them two individuals, that's professionalism. That's how you go out in style because you never know who you're gonna need in the future. You know, because your career got to get to a midpoint and then it's gonna come close to an end. You know, you don't burn your bridges with Philadelphia. Okay. What if Philadelphia wanted to bring you back at a later time or whatever? You don't know that. You don't know them kind of things. You know, so I think he just kind of threw some of his buddies up under the bus. You know, so but I still like him as a player though. I think you could separate. I think you can separate the two in a sense. Sometimes depending on how egregious it is in a sense. A player, a good player going out there murdering somebody, that's something, I'm not talking about something like that. Well, you know, people gonna get mad when it comes to their money and business and stuff like that. So I ain't trying to support him. I don't like what AJ did. I think AJ could have handled it a little bit better. But AJ gone.
Yeah, and let's go.
And I'm tired of talking about him.
Me too.
Pretty much. I mean, but hey, one player don't make the team. We still gonna move on, and we might even do even better.
Yeah, and that the reason why I did preseason first, and that's the second game, by the way. That wasn't the first. The first preseason is against the Ravens, which brings me to my next point. John Harbaugh gone.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be new for them.
So Lamar Jackson, you are going to have to put the team on your back.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how this new coach is going to work out for you, considering the fact that you're playing in the AFC North. That is the toughest division to win in. And I know what you're thinking. The Steelers, they got Aaron Rodgers back for one more year, and then he's retiring. He's already came out and said on record that he's retiring after this year. So
That's what he said last year.
Well, he's actually went on record and said that to
Well,
NFL and everything.
Not to cut you off, but Aaron Rodgers done went on the record about a lot of things, and
Yeah,
he can come back and lie.
That's
so
That's true.
that
I will give you
you
that.
know what I'm saying? So, you know.
But I'm feeling pretty optimistic about. I know that's not my team, but the only reason I'm talking about the Ravens is because in the Patriots and the Bengals is because we played them in the preseason. There's nothing really to pick in the preseason. But how are we feeling about Lamar Jackson and his situation and his current state of things? Because I don't feel too comfortable with this coach.
Oh,
I don't know nothing.
we're gonna
about
definitely.
What is the head coach? Who did
I
they
don't
get?
know.
I forgot who they got.
I think they hired internally, didn't they? They moved him up.
Oh, I don't know.
man. I didn't really keep record on who these teams got.
I don't know who this coach is.
Not all of them, rather.
I don't know who this coach is.
But I think that's Lamar Jackson, man. Lamar Jackson gonna do what Lamar Jackson do.
Yeah.
I think with a lot of these additions, they got a lot of additions as well, but then they lost a lot of people, and that's every team. So I think it's gonna make it a little bit more. It's gonna pave the way for Lamar to do what Lamar does in that conference. So I think the Ravens, right now as we speak, for that particular conference, I think the Ravens can get that conference.
We better watch out for the Bengals, but the only thing is, can Joe Burrow stay healthy? We saw that a couple weeks ago on Get Up. They were talking about that. Can Joe Burrow stay healthy to lead them to the promised land once again?
If he can stay healthy, that's going to be the Ravens, that Achilles heel, in a sense. But I think Lamar, I would take Lamar as far as, even though he's lost to him before and stuff like that, I would still take Lamar to put them over the top.
Now we get to picking the games. Now that we got preseason and all that stuff out of the way, and come August we got joint practices with the Patriots. Be remiss to mention that, but now we get to pick
That
games.
preseason game gonna be good. I think the Patriots probably just put AJ Brown in there just to make us mad.
Yeah.
Try to stir up something.
And guess what? We're going to put Jalen Hurts and all of them up there and make it mad. How about that? All right, open up the season. Here's the thing. I think the schedule makers do this on purpose. Notice this. Watch this. 4:25, we open up the season against the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
The winner of that game is first place outright. One of two things is going to happen. Two teams are going to be tied for first in the division the first week of the season, and two teams are going to be tied for second.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got to be 0-1, and somebody's got to be 1-0. It's one of those scenarios. I think the schedule makers do this on purpose, because guess who Dallas plays Sunday night? Football. John Harbaugh and them Giants.
Yeah, you got to play the Giants.
And they already wrote that as a win, but that's a fool
Them
who
Giants
thinks
them
that.
Giants done got a little tougher, man. And plus, they got a coach that know how to coach too.
Yeah.
They got the talent and stuff. Yeah. I don't mean, like I said, it's going to be a little tougher. And then with the way we played last year, let's just throw that out. When it comes to the Commanders, I think when we played them, your boy was hurt. Mm-hmm. The second was the second.
We should have beat them twice because Patullo.
Yeah, we should have. But even the Commanders are a little tough team. They're tough. So it ain't gonna be like no outright dominant. I think everybody's gonna be kind of even, and I think that it's gonna be whoever bring the best game on that particular day.
And I'm taking my boy Jalen over Jaden.
Oh, most definitely. I'm taking the main.
Just
Just go ahead and give me all the conference wins.
That's
all
the win.
conference games.
That's the win right there.
Right.
Titans. That's another win. I'm starting off 2-0.
That's gonna be a tough one. The Bears. The Bears are pretty decent.
Not necessarily for me, because I saw last year's Black Friday game, and again, it just boils down to Patullo.
Yeah.
We had an opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to beat the Bears. So off of that solely alone, I'm going to say 3-0, because we should have beat the Bears last year.
Yeah.
There's no excuses.
If that's the case, then man, we going by what Patullo didn't do and did do, I would have to pick the Bears, because we didn't really. Let me back up a little bit. The new offensive coordinator that we got, Sean Mannion. Depending on what he do with Jalen Hurts in the offense, I think we can beat the Bears depending on how we look.
And the crazy thing is, he used to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
So he has experience in calling plays, but not to the extent of the offensive coordinator role. He had the experience of calling it as a quarterback,
Right.
not as an offensive coordinator.
Right.
So that's interesting. There is reports and that are confirmed that he did do away with the playbook. You're going to see a little less of Saquon this year and more of the RPO action, and the tush push, the brotherly shove is in Madden, and you already know I'm using that to the extent. I'm going to use it against you at all times. At all
Coming
times.
after us.
Just as you ain't having a
It's
good
hard
day
to-
behind that camera.
It's hard.
Rams,
I'm picking the win just because.
just cause
They
of
done
that
put
blocked field goal.
They done put the Rams on the pedestal.
Mm.
I'm picking the Eagles. Go Birds.
And
Go
happy
Birds.
birthday to Mama because she gets a game on her birthday. 9:30 in the morning. She's already went on record and said that she is going to Saturday service just to see. She's already been on record and said that. Already been on record. This is still a constant battle here. You know, this is
Sacrifice.
you know.
Sacrifice.
She'll be in the sanctuary on the phone, texting me, telling me, "Don't tell me the game. I'm teaching." But
Don't worry about it. I'm
I'm
blocking.
still undefeated. 4-0 for me. 4-0. You have
I'm 4-0 as well.
okay. 4-0. Okay. Panthers in Philadelphia.
5-0.
5-0.
Mm.
Although I do circle that as a trap game because of what they
Yeah.
did to the Rams in that playoff game.
Mm.
That is a trap game for me. You already know this game right here is going to be a win for me because every time they come to Philadelphia, they get smacked.
Either, yeah. So we either get them that game, or I think we're going to split. So we come to the next Dallas game. But I'll take that one just because we play at home. We're playing at home.
Commanders, you guys are getting swept. Sorry, there's no splits this year. You're getting smacked around. Like come on, man. You shouldn't have lost. You shouldn't even beat us in Philadelphia. What was that? What was that in Philadelphia, Justice? That was just.
Patullo, that's what it was.
So
Giants.
Where we at? So we looking at
I'm
Zay
still
7-1,
undefeated.
7-0,
7-1.
and you're 7-0 as well.
okay. So
It's going to be 8-0. I know John Harbaugh.
Okay, yeah, we're playing the Giants.
I know John
Yeah,
Harbaugh.
I'll give us that.
But I'm going to give this. Considering the fact that it is John Harbaugh, I will say on record that we will split with the Giants. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt because of John Harbaugh. We're playing in Philadelphia first
I
time.
think we probably more prone to split with the Commanders versus the Giants. If I'm gonna give a split, I'm gonna give the first split is gonna be between the Cowboys. Okay, because for the most part, we pretty much we do split.
Set for that 1 year.
Right. But right now, I'll give us that win against the Giants. I wouldn't give the Giants a split, but I would more be prone to the next team to split would be the Commanders in our conference. That's just me though.
Mm.
Yeah, I think the Commanders have the better. I think they got the better quarterback. I think they got the better offense. They're more established. They played us a little tougher than the Giants outside of what we had last year. The Giants kind of put it to us. Where we at?
It doesn't get
9-0.
any easier.
Nah, I don't
Here.
think he's.
The Steelers, I'm going to 10-0. I
Yeah,
know this is a kind of little optimistic for some of y'all, but given the fact that we did start off 10-0 at one point in
Yeah.
our
Until
Football
it went
campaign.
downhill.
until it went downhill.
Yeah, I'm with y'all. We beat the Steelers.
Now here's something that's gonna shock y'all, cause I'm gonna say this right now. We shouldn't have did this in Dallas. Dallas fans, y'all gonna be mad at me when I say this, and this might be cocky or arrogant, but I'm calling for the sweep.
You calling for the sweep?
I'm calling for the sweep.
2 years.
You shouldn't have beat us last year. Ain't no way in the world we had y'all 24-0. Y'all came back and beat us. Ain't no way.
But you know why? You know why I say it's gonna be a split through them? because they referees and that when you play in Dallas, they always find a way for Dallas to win. They show Dallas favor. I don't know if it's just the referees or but they always make them crazy. It's gonna come down to one call, 1 or 2 calls. It always does in Dallas. Dallas get away with everything because you're playing in so-called jury world.
Obvious calls.
That'd be the only reason why I would give the Cowboys that win, because they always find a way to beat us through their refs. It ain't just their talent beating us. It's just their referee staff. Their
So
referee.
he's got the 1 loss right now.
I got the split.
11-0.
I got
for
the
you.
split.
Cardinals still undefeated there.
I think we win in that one.
Colts, different team than what we played the last time.
Yeah.
Yes, as you remember that comment. You barely beat the Colts. Different team. Here's the deal. Former offensive coordinator Shane Steichen, he knows what kind of sort of how we play now because he used to coach. So I think that undefeated streak for me goes out the door. Colts, you come into Philadelphia, you get that win. That's my personal opinion.
I'll give us a win there.
12-1.
I think
12-1.
If the Seahawks did not break apart the Super Bowl team, I would give this a loss.
Yeah, I would give it a loss.
But they did.
They did.
And we have their best
So that's a win.
defensive guy. So
Now this last one, because of the Texans defense, not the last one, but the next one rather. Yeah,
I'm giving that a loss. CJ Stroud might find a way to pull it out.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning because I like the way they defense play.
Man.
I'm gonna give us a loss on that one.
I am too, because the simple fact that when last time we played the Texans, we did see CJ Stroud, but
He didn't perform well.
he didn't perform well, and he didn't have the talent that he does on offense now. He doesn't have the talent that they have on defense now. That's what worries me, is the defense.
Yeah,
that's
defense.
what worries me.
Their defense is kind of.
We can revamp the
They
playbook.
got a tough defense, man. Their defense is pretty decent.
You got to know how to attack that. So, Manny, and I
Yeah.
hope you're ready for that. Now, this one, this is not even a question. We threw that game. We gave y'all that game, and then y'all
Yeah, I
got
think that's gonna be
smacked
a
by the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a revenge game for us with the 49ers. So, Bryce Huff.
Yeah, Purdy is going to get a little hurty. Okay, that's
So
that's
I
just how that
think
works.
that's gonna be a win for us.
And then with me, I said the split for the Giants because of Harbaugh. So I'm giving that a loss right there. But at that point, it doesn't really matter. We would have locked up the NFC
Yeah, that can go
for a
either.
third year in a row.
I'll go either way with that one. So because it don't really matter. That game.
And
wouldn't
we're
matter.
probably going to end up resting our starters anyway. So
Yeah.
So your records are Zay 14-3, and you said you could go either way. So
I can go either way.
13-4, 14-3.
Yeah, I can go either way on that last one. Cause we actually need, if we can beat each team, if we could sweep one team in the conference and beat them, beat the rest of them.
if we can control the NFC opponents.
Yes, if we can control them, you know what I'm saying,
And sweep at least one team
sweep
in
at
our
least
conference.
one team. If we can do sweep for both a second team, then we'll
And keep in mind, the bye is later in the season, which is what I like, because I like to watch football. I don't like to just sit and do nothing. So
that's actually we had a pretty decent schedule, but again, that's according to what they did last year.
yeah, only the solace off of what we did last year. Different team, different offensive coordinator, and everything. Before I close out this podcast, do I have any comments, questions, or concerns from the viewing audience? I don't. Well, then make sure that you catch this version of the podcast at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. The YouTube is Isaiah Pfeiffer. You can find all the information up under my mom's TikTok. And as I've stated previously before in the past episodes recently, I will be eventually putting these episodes up on Instagram and Facebook. It is a matter of where God wants me to go with that. and we're going to do it slowly but surely. But again, I'm listening to God's voice on that. I'm sticking with TikTok and YouTube right now until God transitions me into Instagram and Facebook right now. But we're staying on the YouTube and TikTok platform. You can follow my TikTok. All of the Instagram pages and Facebook pages are up under my mom's bio, all the wish list and everything's of that nature. Without further ado, let's go ahead and pray you guys out. Don't want to keep you any longer. Heavenly Father, thank you once again for allowing us to do this podcast. Thank you for the fellowship that we had through this podcast, through football, and not just only sports talk, but family talk. We pray that this podcast is a blessing to whoever's watching, wherever they may be watching. In Jesus' name I do pray. Amen. Y'all
Amen.
take care and God bless you now.